2025, Apple seems to be quietly preparing a massive comeback for the Apple TV 4K, and the leaks, rumors, and insider reports are painting a picture that's far more exciting than anyone expected. For years, Apple's streaming box has felt like the quiet genius of the living room, powerful, polished, but maybe a little underappreciated compared to the company's flashy iPhones and Macs. But that's about to change. Because the next generation Apple TV 4K could completely redefine how we experience entertainment, gaming, and AI in the home. According to multiple sources including MacRumors, 9to5Mac, and Supply Chain Insiders, Apple is reportedly gearing up to unveil a new Apple TV 4K model powered by the same A17 Pro chip found in the latest iPhones. This leap means we're not just looking at a simple refresh. It's an entirely new powerhouse capable of handling Apple Intelligence, on-device generative AI, and possibly even advanced gaming experiences that rival consoles. Imagine a living room device capable of running high-end Apple Arcade games with console-like graphics, streaming 8K HDR content, and even processing AI-generated enhancements in real time. This is what insiders say the new Apple TV 4K might bring to the table. And while Apple hasn't confirmed a release date, many analysts believe the launch window points to late 2025, possibly October or November, right before the holiday shopping season. That timing makes perfect sense for Apple. They love dropping high-end devices right as gift season begins, and with tvOS 26 already teased at WWDC 2025, all the pieces are falling into place. But let's talk about what's really changing. The A17 Pro chip isn't just faster, it's smarter. Built on a 3nm process, this chip allows the Apple TV 4K to finally join Apple's Apple Intelligence ecosystem, meaning features like real-time scene analysis, voice-driven recommendations, personalized content curation, and even AI-enhanced picture quality could soon arrive on your big screen. Insiders also hint that Apple might integrate a new N1 wireless chip, its in-house Wi-Fi and Bluetooth combo technology that supports Wi-Fi 7. That could mean faster streaming, ultra-low latency for gaming, and better smart home connectivity. Speaking of smart homes, Apple isn't forgetting its HomeKit and Matter ambitions either. The new Apple TV 4K is rumored to act as a more powerful smart home hub, with Thread support, better automation controls, and maybe even local AI processing for recognizing your routines. One of the most interesting rumors, though, comes from software leaks found in tvOS 26 beta code, references to built-in camera support. Now, before you get too excited, no one's confirmed whether Apple will actually include a camera inside the Apple TV itself, but it's definitely being tested. If they go through with it, that means FaceTime calls on your TV without needing to connect your iPhone or iPad, motion tracking for games, and even gesture controls, something we haven't seen done right since the days of the Xbox Kinect. And knowing Apple's obsession with privacy and clean design, if they include a camera, it'll probably have hardware privacy indicators or software-controlled permissions. But there's also a possibility Apple might just release a new version of the Siri remote with an ultra-wide camera built in. Think of it like an Apple TV accessory that unlocks FaceTime and gesture features. It's a clever move that would allow Apple to keep the main box sleek while adding advanced functionality through accessories. Then there's the design question. Will the new Apple TV 4K look any different? According to the most reliable supply chain sources, the design will remain compact and minimalist, though Apple might introduce a matte black finish or a new ventilation system to handle the A17 Pro's power. Remember, that chip can generate serious heat under load, especially if it's running advanced games or AI tasks, so Apple might tweak the internal thermal design. Still, don't expect a drastic visual overhaul. Apple prefers refinement over reinvention. But what might truly surprise people is the rumored price strategy. Ming-Chi Kuo, the well-known Apple analyst, has hinted that Apple could finally aim for a more affordable version of the Apple TV, possibly under $100. That sounds ambitious, especially given the expensive new components. But Apple could take a two-tier approach, keeping the current 2022 A15 model as a budget option and introducing the A17 powered version as the premium Pro tier. That would make sense considering Apple's push to segment its products just like it does with iPhones and iPads. Now let's dive into the software side, because that's where Apple might make the biggest leap. tvOS 26, announced at WWDC 2025, is getting a full redesign featuring a liquid glass interface that feels smoother, faster, and more dynamic. We're talking about interactive widgets, multi-user personalization, better Siri integration, And even Apple Intelligence features like summarizing what's happening in a show or suggesting content based on your current mood. Imagine asking Siri, "Find me something relaxing to watch," and it instantly curates a playlist of chill series, ambient backgrounds, and soft music, all powered by on-device AI. That's the kind of smart, subtle evolution Apple is aiming for, making technology invisible yet deeply personal. And while we're on the topic of personalization, Apple is rumored to be working on better syncing across devices, meaning if you pause a movie on your iPhone, you can continue exactly where you left off on your Apple TV without delay. Another big push is gaming. With the A17 Pro and Metal 3 graphics API, Apple could position the new Apple TV 4K as a legitimate gaming console competitor, especially with the growing catalog on Apple Arcade. Developers are reportedly testing console-level games running at 4K with ray tracing support, something that was unthinkable a few years ago. Combine that with improved Bluetooth controller support, faster networking, and reduced input lag through Wi-Fi 7, and you've got a serious living room gaming experience. There's also speculation that Apple might expand cloud gaming support, potentially allowing native integration with Apple's own game streaming platform or partnerships with major studios. And here's something the insiders keep whispering about: AI upscaling for older content. Similar to what NVIDIA does with DLSS and what Sony is exploring with Bravia AI processing, Apple could use the A17 Pro's neural engine to intelligently upscale 1080p and 4K content, enhancing texture, lighting, and motion for a sharper, more lifelike experience. This would give the Apple TV 4K a major edge in the streaming world, especially as 8K-ready TVs become more common. Speaking of streaming, the major platforms are already optimizing their apps for tvOS 26, including Netflix, Disney+, and Apple TV+. A new rumor suggests Apple is working with these services to enable AI Scene Sync, a feature where your Apple TV automatically adjusts ambient lighting, sound profiles, and picture settings based on what you're watching. So if you're watching a dark thriller, your HomeKit lights might dim automatically and your sound system could switch to cinematic mode without you touching anything. And here's the thing: Apple isn't treating the Apple TV as just a streaming box anymore. Insiders say it's becoming the centerpiece of Apple's ambient intelligence vision, a concept where your home environment becomes aware of your habits, preferences, and mood. The Apple TV 4K paired with HomePod minis and iPhones could essentially act as the brain of your smart home, coordinating lighting, music, and temperature based on who's in the room. It's subtle, but it's powerful. So when can you expect to actually see this device? Current supply chain chatter suggests that production is already ramping up, with test units being evaluated in Asia. Apple typically gives a 2 to 3 month window between mass production and launch, which again points toward a Q4 2025 release. Pricing, however, remains the biggest mystery. Will Apple take the aggressive route and aim below $100? Or will it justify a premium price with AI and gaming features, possibly around $149 or $199? Either way, the anticipation is building. Every leak, every hint in Apple's software code, every small component order seems to suggest one thing: Apple's about to make the Apple TV 4K exciting again. And while some might argue that streaming boxes are outdated in the era of smart TVs, Apple's strategy appears to be the opposite: turn the box into a mini AI supercomputer for your living room. Whether it's ultra-smooth streaming, advanced gaming, FaceTime calls, or AI-powered recommendations, the new Apple TV 4K is shaping up to be the kind of device that quietly changes your daily routine without you even realizing it. The real question isn't whether